Hello and welcome to St Margaret Ward Catholic Academy. I'm the Principal, Dominic McKenna, and I would like to invite you to spend a few moments looking at what our Academy has to offer, should you choose to join us. Although the COVID-19 restrictions have been relaxed, we feel that hosting the usual open evening event this year could risk the transmission of the virus unnecessarily. We don't want to do anything that causes people to fall ill or leads to even more staff or student absence if it can be avoided, so we've prepared a hybrid offer. Over the coming weeks, we have a range of opportunities for prospective parents and students to complement these online tours and talks, which I hope will give you a strong sense of what's important to us at St Margaret Ward Catholic Academy. We aim to share with you what our school is about, what our values are, what's important to us, what we do, and why we do it. We hope to provide you with everything you need to confidently decide if this is what you want for your child. This is a very important decision which will help to shape your child's future, so it's important that you get a genuine feel for the school in order to make an informed choice. Online, you will see there are opportunities to hear from key staff, see a tour of the school, and read more from our electronic prospectus. Most importantly, there's the opportunity to hear from current students who will tell you about their experience of learning at St Margaret Ward. Over the coming weeks, we have a range of face-to-face opportunities in school to experience taster sessions, tour the school during the day, and meet with the senior leadership team, although numbers for this will have to be restricted. I'd like to begin by sharing with you some context and information about the school. Mrs. Farrer will then speak to you about our transition programme, day-to-day life at the school, and the application process. First and foremost, we are proud to be a Catholic school. Catholic schools were first created to provide a Catholic education for Catholic parents, and this is still the expectation on us as an institution today. We are held to account for this by the diocese, the government, and Ofsted. Part of this expectation is that all children, from whatever background, are known and cared for equally. We are an inclusive and warm community with strongly held beliefs, but we have a distinctive nature as a Catholic school, and ultimately, we're accountable to the Archbishop of Birmingham. St Margaret Ward Catholic Academy is connected very closely with two Catholic networks, which are very important to us. First, we are part of the Diocesan Collegiate with 8 primary feeder schools. Many of you will be familiar with the Newman Catholic Collegiate logo. And we are also part of the Trinity Sixth Form, working in federation with St John Fisher Catholic Academy in Newcastle and St Thomas More Catholic Academy in Longton, to provide a broad range of opportunities to our sixth form students across the city. We are at the heart of a Catholic education offer which supports children in Stoke-on-Trent from the age of 3 to 19. This allows us to get to know the children and ensure they feel valued and cared for throughout their education. The bullet points here on the screen summarise in my mind what's important at St Margaret Ward, and I'll speak about them briefly. In terms of Catholic life and ethos, our role is to ensure every child has an opportunity to know about the person of Jesus, to develop their faith, whatever it may be, to bring them closer to God. We would expect this to help our students to grow into caring, moral, confident and courageous young people with a burning desire to change the world for the better. This does not mean that we would exclude anyone of another faith. Quite the contrary. We include and involve everyone in our community, our RE teaching and our worship, because we respect the fact that if you have chosen to send your child to a Catholic school, it's because you are aware of this, and this is the type of education you want for your child. We will honour that. Our pastoral system is designed to ensure that we live out our Catholic ethos in our day-to-day interactions with each other. Each student will have a form or fide tutor, a head of year and an assistant head of year. These will ensure that any needs are met, worries are allayed and problems are resolved, and should always be your first point of contact if you have any worries or concerns. They work hard to ensure students are happy, healthy, well and safe in school, and will always contact you if any issues arise. We have an established transition programme to ensure that new students joining us have plenty of opportunities to come into the school and become familiar and confident prior to joining us. And this helps us to get to know the children before they start, so they're not anxious or uncertain over the summer. This year we ran an ambitious and exciting 5-week summer school for students in years 5 to 8. We continue to look for ways to strengthen our relationships with the primary schools. We are also currently working on ambitious plans to develop a seamless curriculum that begins in our primary feeder schools and finishes in our sixth form. We also have high quality support from our safeguarding manager, Mrs. Holcroft, our school-based family support worker, Ms. Hodgkinson, and our educational welfare officer, Mrs. Hurst, who provide additional support to our pastoral team as and when it's needed. Our special educational needs coordinator, Mrs. Conliffe, also provides support for students with social, emotional and academic needs, and you can also find a short introduction from her and more information on how to contact her if you'd like to get in touch. We have high standards and expectations of our students and make no apologies for this. We want our young people to be in a position when they leave us to have as many opportunities open to them as possible and be equipped with the academic and social skills to be able to do whatever they choose to do. We have high expectations of how our students wear their uniform, how they behave in lessons. We challenge them in lessons to achieve more than they thought they were capable of and support them to achieve. We expect students to be prepared and to have everything they need in order to learn each day, so they will be organised and prepared in later life. We expect our students to be on time for school each day and on time for every lesson, because every moment of their education counts. We also make clear our expectation that our students should be polite, confident, positive, compassionate, thoughtful and respectful, something we summarise as the St Margaret Ward Way. Whilst we are most certainly not an exam factory, we can't ignore the importance of the exams for our students' future. The changes to GCSE and A-level qualifications have made these qualifications more difficult than ever before, which is fine. We just need to prepare better and differently from before. We've worked very hard to rewrite and resequence the academic curriculum in every subject area to ensure it's more ambitious and presents greater challenge and rewards for our students. Rather than simply focus on an education based solely on exams, we want our students to be exposed to the best that has been thought and said in every subject area, and we expect this to be passionately taught by subject experts. In order to provide a good Catholic education, it's important that we educate the whole child and provide the opportunities to have fun, socialise and grow as people. Extracurricular opportunities range from clubs for games, ICT, handball, orchestra, creative writing, art, fitness, drama, baking, voice box choir and rowing, just to give you an idea of the variety of different opportunities we offer. We are blessed with hard-working, caring, dedicated teachers who not only go above and beyond for students in their classes, but also provide these opportunities in their own time. We also have a variety of trips, including visits to Iceland, France, different retreat centres, outward bound excursions to the Lake District and Scottish Highlands, Duke of Edinburgh expeditions and Harry Potter World. We are delighted that we are now able to reintroduce our extracurricular activities and trips now that restrictions on these have been lifted. In addition, we have a growing number of student leadership opportunities in school, including joining the school council, becoming a prefect or supporting the chaplaincy team. Another role that is important to us is preparing our students for the future. In addition to ensuring students recognise the value of dressing appropriately for work, being polite, self-confident and respectful, and being prepared and organised, we also support students with their decisions about what they will do when they've left school, with the support of their FIDE tutors, heads of year and the careers service. Most importantly, we want to be a school that provides every child with the knowledge, skills and abilities and instill the excellent habits that allow them to follow their dreams and to go out and change the world for the better. The school is now in a very exciting place. It's a school that has improved rapidly over the past 3 years into one that provides a calm, focused and caring learning environment. Our preparations have been centred around a lovely quote by St Jean-Baptiste de La Salle: "Teaching minds, touching hearts, transforming lives." And we are now united as a school around this clarity of purpose. I spent much of my career working in outstanding schools in Birmingham and here in Stoke-on-Trent, and I know what makes them work and why they were such good schools. I also know that there is absolutely no reason why it won't work here, and over the past 3 years I've seen the school transform towards this. Whilst we still have work to do, I'm determined that this school can and will become the best high school in the city. This is a very exciting time for the school. We're on a great journey, and I'd like to invite you to consider joining us on it. I began my address to you earlier by saying that I wanted you to know what we're about and what's important to us. I hope I've been successful in this, and I hope you find our online material useful. Please have a good look at our website, look at the opportunities available over the coming weeks, and please be sure to join one of the sessions available. I'm now going to invite Helen Farrer, our Assistant Principal for Pastoral Care and Admissions, to speak to you about the application process, the transition programme, and day-to-day life at St Margaret Ward.
Hello everybody, thank you very much for tuning in to listen to our presentation. It may be that you are listening to this in the evening or during the day, whenever you have time, but thank you very much once again. I'd just like to repeat what Mr McKenna has said, in that we are very disappointed that we've not been able to showcase St Margaret Ward in the way that we would have liked to have done. I know a lot of the students are disappointed that they haven't been able to help out as well, but I can encourage you please to, after you've listened to this presentation, have a look at our video which has been updated from last year, but also you'll have noticed all the different things on our website that you are able to join in with this year, which we'll talk about a little bit later on. It is my job to do the admin side of things, just so that you are all aware of what is required for making your application to whichever school you choose to go to, because we all know that it is a very difficult, although very exciting time, with a lot of choice in the city for you to decide where your child would like to go. So let me introduce you to some of the key staff. These are the people who are going to be most important while they work with the children who join us in Year 7, but also we will meet them very much again, because we have seen some of them as Year 5 or Year 6. I haven't had the camera on for this presentation. Hopefully you will have seen enough of me on other presentations, and let's just go through this information as it is on the slides. So Miss Eardley is the head of Year 7, and her and I work very closely together to help the transition from primary to secondary school, and Mr Meir is her very able assistant, and they work together very, very well as a team. You hopefully will have seen or at least heard of Mrs Munden. Mrs Munden is part of our team who leads and organises so many wonderful taster sessions, as well as our now quite well known holiday activities. This last year's summer school was a roaring success. Everybody very much enjoyed it, and you will hear a little bit later from some of our new Year 7s as to how much they did enjoy and how that helped, particularly bearing in mind that we weren't able to open up school for the usual transition activities that we like to run. Next, I'd like to introduce you to Mrs Conliffe and Mrs Bowers. Mrs Conliffe is our Special Educational Needs Coordinator, and Mrs Bowers is her assistant. They are a very important partnership and liaise very, very closely with primary schools and the parents to make sure that every child receives the appropriate support. It is lovely to hear from people who are concerned about any of the young people who do have special educational needs, although I would argue that every child has a need and deserves to receive the best quality education that they can get. And I'm proud to say that I believe St Margaret Ward does that. We will look after every single child and their needs. Please get in touch with us if you have any concerns or you'd like to introduce yourselves, and just to check whether we would and will be able to help you and your family. And finally, I'd like to introduce you to Mrs Poole. She's one of our assistant principals, like I am, and she's in charge of RE as well as in charge of our Catholic life and all enrichment activities that we run in school. She also oversees any careers work, so you can see it's a very important role, and you will hear and see in a lot of our presentations how much we love the Catholic life of our school, and it is essential to the being and the soul of St Margaret Ward. However, it is very important to remember that there are all sorts of other activities that will really enrich every child who comes through the door. I'm very pleased to be able to introduce you to our new prospectus, the updated version for 2021-22. You'll find it on our website, cleverly under the section prospectus, and you will see when you look at it that it just accompanies and complements all the other information that we have about school. I would really love to encourage you to look at our website. I keep on doing this because I hope that eventually people will turn to our website and see the areas where we've got specific information about transition to year 6. There is information on there that dates back, but it's all useful, particularly sections that are there specifically for parents to help you see and realise how exciting and yet daunting this whole prospect can be. Letters have gone out to the feeder primary schools, but you will also notice that this letter is on the website as well. On the home page you can link to see it, and that will take you to other dates and other invitations we have for you. And you can see there at the bottom of this slide, my email address is there. If you want anything clarifying or you want to ask anything at all, then please get in touch with me. And now to the part of this presentation which finally puts your application into place. These applications can be done online or you can do them on paper. The majority of people now do these applications online. We have nothing to do with this. You don't apply to us, you apply to the local authority, and you must apply online or by paper by the 31st of October, and you'll receive an email on the 1st of March 2022 to tell you where you have been placed or where your child has been placed. Every year the deadline for the application is the 31st of October. Now this does fall into our half-term break just before we start back, but you cannot miss this deadline, otherwise your application will be treated as late. The primary schools are brilliant at helping you out with this, so if you are struggling at all, please ask anybody at your primary school. They will help you. They will fill it in with you at school if you want to do it online but don't have any online facility. They will help you fill it in on paper. But I know from speaking to them that the primary schools get a little bit bothered that you sometimes just put one school down. Whatever way you apply, whether it's on paper or online, you are asked to nominate up to 5 schools. It isn't a choice really, it's your preference. Where would you prefer? You really cannot just put one school. It may be St Margaret Ward that you prefer, or it may be one of the other schools in the city. Remember, there's so many to choose from, which you do them in order of preference. So let's say St Margaret Ward Catholic Academy is your first preference. Put us first by all means, but then you must put other schools second, third, fourth and 5. You might not need to do 5, but I would suggest you do, because you've thought about the schools that you would be okay with your child attending. You may put us second or third or fourth or 5th. Please make sure you put 5 schools on your application form and make sure that they are all in by the 31st of October. It has been lovely to hear from some students who are already with us and their siblings are due to join us in September, and they've already told us that the application has been made, which is lovely to see and very much in advance. I am hoping that I will be able to get to all of our feeder primary schools to see the students and also meet any parents either at the start of the school day when you drop off or at the end of the school day when you're picking up, just so that you can ask any questions that you feel you haven't been able to find the answer to with our information that's online. So please take note of that offer, and the schools will let you know when I am going to be with them. Thank you very much with that one, because it is really important that we get it right, and hopefully we won't have anybody really struggling and not being given a place at the school that they have shown as their preference. When we get to March the 1st and everybody gets their email or their letter to say which school you are going to, all the schools will probably do the same here. We send out a welcome pack which gives you all the details of the uniform and also lots of forms to fill in, to sign, to send back, and we ask for it back at a particular date, which is also helpful if that can be met as well. But hopefully we will be able to go back to our wonderful transition activities that that happen through the spring and summer term. Generally we start with some of those booster classes I mentioned earlier on, and then after May half term we actually start inviting all the children who have got a place with us in groups so that they come gradually up to school and enjoy meeting some of the staff and having a go at some of the lessons. So we finished that with our new intake information evening in July, which we did remotely this year, which went very well indeed. And we might even add that on for people who cannot make it on the actual evening if we're able to do that this year. But also we have our Friendship Day and Mass the following day. That's also in July. So we'll look forward to giving you more information about that when the time comes. What I would like to introduce you to now is something that we normally have as a main feature when we're in the hall doing our presentation. It's always nice for you to actually hear and see some of our new students, and we've tried to do that again for you here. I went into a lesson and asked for anybody who would like to help me out with this section, and I had quite a few people who volunteered, and it must be quite difficult to be able to put yourself in this position. Normally we would have them standing in the hall in front of you all and they'd speak, and they always steal the show. And as I've put on this slide, I think you'll probably agree that they'll do that now. When you get chance, and it may not be today that you get chance, but there are some short videos that will be attached to the presentation that if you get chance to listen to, I'm sure you'll agree that we've got some very talented youngsters that have joined us this time, and they speak from the heart. They were not told what to say, although I asked them to just give some examples of how they felt, some of the things they may have found difficult, some of the things they've been worried about, and this is what they came up with. I won't give it away, but they mentioned some of the things that we've spoken about earlier on, about some of our transition activities. So please enjoy listening to these short clips. They're only about a minute long maximum. They timed themselves to make sure I knew that, and they are actually featured on, or most of them. One of them I've made a bit of a mess of recording, so but I didn't want to miss this young gentleman out. So they are on the main video slotted in as well, but I thought I'd attach them to this too. So please enjoy, and again, hopefully you will see them and we will see you in person very soon. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Sky and I went to Mill Hill Primary. Try not to be scared on the first day because as soon as you get to St Margaret Ward, the school is such a loving community. And when you get to your classes, try not to worry if you're late or not because all the teachers are kind and they won't give you detention straight away on the first week. Everyone is invited to do sports and join in for everything. And in summer school, all the teachers are always ready to help.
Hi, my name is Eva and I used to attend St Mary's Catholic Academy. I was really nervous to come to St Margaret Ward, but when I saw everyone here on the first day, I knew that everything would be alright. It's okay to be scared when you first come, but soon you will know that it isn't scary at all. When I came to summer school, I had an amazing time. You will meet lots of new people, and it's a great school. All of the teachers are friendly and will help you with any problems or questions you have. It is a lot bigger than most primary schools, but you will be given a tour on the first day, and if you get lost, there will always be someone to help you. There will be lessons that may be new to you, but all of the teachers are really nice and will understand if you're struggling. I know that some people will be thinking that we wouldn't be saying if we had a bad time, but I really am enjoying St Margaret Ward and I can't wait to see what the next few years bring.
Hello, my name is Leo. I went to St Wilfrid's Catholic Academy and I am here to tell you about St Margaret Ward. The teachers are warm and welcoming and teach such fun lessons. The older children will help you to your classes so you're not late. It is really fun meeting new faces and the artwork around the school is inspiring. The summer school has loads of fun activities and everyone belongs here.
Hi, my name is Shay and I came from St Wilfrid's and it has been amazing. In St Margaret Ward, all of the teachers are so welcoming to us and understand if we are late for our lessons. The older students often ask us to take us to our lessons as well. The summer school and all of the activities were great and fun. The staff pushed everyone to their limits without forcing them to. My favourite part is all of the new people to meet and all of the new opportunities.
Hi, my name is Rose and I come from St Mary's Catholic Academy, and because of COVID we couldn't do transitions, so we did fun lessons online, which is still there right now.
Hello Year 6, my name is Tanya and I'm from Pamela Ormiston Academy, and today we'll be telling you what St Margaret Ward is all about. Firstly, let's start with the summer school. I have to say, St Margaret Ward Summer School was much more fun than I could ever imagine. We had rock climbing, painting and much more. I personally enjoyed it all and I'm sure you will too. Transitioning into the school was nerve-wracking, to be honest, but when I stepped into the school I felt like all the teachers and students really welcomed me, and it was very different to my primary school. And the one difference that was huge was the size. The size was really big and I couldn't keep up with it sometimes, but luckily I did make it to all my classes on time and I'm thankful for that. Even if I was late, the teachers would be very kind to me, and I know it. I think St Margaret Ward Catholic Academy is the perfect place for you.
So we've come to the end of this presentation, but this final slide will show you dates and times of the tours and taster sessions that we have set up for you. Once again, it's been a real shame that we've not been able to meet you in person and show you around the school, but these sessions are here for you and they've been up on the website. If you haven't noticed these yet, there are 4 boxes on our website. I think I've mentioned them already, but it's no harm mentioning them again. We'd like you to see, and if there's anything that you feel you would like to find out more about, then by all means join us. You might feel you don't need to, you've listened to us, you've seen the video, you've read the information on the website, and that might suit you fine to help you make your choice, because I know other schools are doing similar things as well. But the first thing we've got is this Saturday, the 25th of September, where we have some taster sessions set up for you. We tried it a couple of years ago when we last were able, and we found that it was really enjoyable. What we ask is that a parent or carer come to school on Saturday morning with a child so that you experience a lesson. It will be taught by members of our staff and you will see how it will be to do a lesson at St Margaret Ward. There's 7 different lessons to choose from. The form is on our website and you can select 2 because we start at 10 o'clock and there'll be an hour session, then there'll be a short break so we can have a little chat, and then you'll do your second session and then we'll be finished for 12:30 and home we go, having had a lovely time and remembering how much fun learning can be. But we are here to answer questions as well. So that's the first one, and then you'll see the dates that are there for morning tours that we're very happy to run, but again there'll be limited numbers for this because obviously we're not being able to have that many people in school. So there's a few to choose from and we'll hopefully be able to accommodate people's first choice, and you will be toured around the school by a member of staff. Myself and other people will be available. You will not be able to go into classrooms for obvious reasons, but you'll get a feel for the school if that's what you'd like to see during the morning. There's also, if there hasn't been enough information for you, we're offering our senior leadership team will be available on Thursday the 30th of September to do a tour after school. These will be the early evening. We always have a meeting on a Thursday and we would like to extend that to staying to show people round, and you obviously know students will be in school then, but you will be able to go into some of the classrooms that have been nominated so we're not wandering around the whole school, so you'll see certain subject areas and again we'll be able to ask questions. And finally, I have offered a Zoom meeting with anybody who may still have some questions, and that again can be booked and that will be the 14th of October, so we're getting closer to half term, but that will be there if anybody is still concerned or still would like to ask any questions before they make up their mind about the preferences on the application form. So hopefully you have got a good insight into what we are about at St Margaret Ward. I cannot stress enough how much I thoroughly enjoy working with the students and our families. We are really one big extended community, and I hope you recognise that as a Catholic faith school that is something that is very important to us, but equally important are the fact that we extend so many opportunities. Tonight there have been people staying for netball, there have been people doing cross country, there's been various homework clubs running, and it has been very nice to see that we're back in action with extracurricular. Duke of Edinburgh is being set up again, very important to our school, and I've very much enjoyed seeing students and going on walks with them as they prepare for their expeditions. And finally, I'd just like to point out that it's very clear to me that we are one big family. We have 14 students who are the children of members of staff, and so members of staff are confident enough to put their children in our hands, and so I think that says quite a lot, and there'll be that in other schools as well, not just because it's easier to get them here. I don't think there would be any way that a member of staff would have their child grow up and develop and be taught in an environment that wasn't healthy. So I leave it up to you. You come and see us if you get the chance. Get in touch if you would like, and thank you very, very much for listening. I hope you have listened. I don't know whether I'll ever know whether people have listened. We need to have a tally on that, but please let us know if there's anything that you feel we've missed out, and I very much look forward to seeing you in person at some point. Good evening and bye bye for now.